Several years ago, I was sitting in my office preparing for a lecture when I received an email informing me that Matt, a former student of mine, died in a house fire. The information was polarizing. I couldn't get out of my chair to teach, so I emailed the students and told them the class was canceled. Then I looked out the window, trying to make sense of this information. I sat there for the remainder of the day. Matt had graduated several years prior, a student who was fun to teach because he was so good at being a student that he required me to be a better teacher. He first impressed me with his writing ability. It's something that comes with older non-traditional students. There was perspective in his words. He'd been a mechanic, a hockey player, a bike racer. The ability to learn in the college classroom was couched in his life experiences. When Matt was my student, I was the university's chair for servant leadership. It was my job to invite students to enact service projects for the betterment of our communities, and then help the students take what they learned from service and apply it to leadership opportunities. Matt readily agreed to serve and lead, but instead of waiting for me to hand him projects, he created them. The project I remember best was when Matt, as the head of the University Cycling Club, wanted to organize an event where inner city kids could learn the mechanics of bicycles. Over the course of a week in the summer of 2010, Matt and his friends taught kids how to lubricate chains and adjust derailleurs. Once the kids knew a few things about bike maintenance, Matt created a safety course so they could ride bikes that had been tuned by their own hands. They created that, let me say again, they learned that the better the bike was tuned, the better they could navigate the course. It was one of the greatest learning opportunities I ever had because I didn't have to teach Matt anything. I didn't have to explain service or leadership. I simply provided him the resources he needed, and he did the rest. I attended Matt's memorial with several colleagues. As we sat in the balcony looking down on his family and friends, I decided that we had to do something that would honor Matt's memory and let us share the stories about our time with him. Weeks later, I had coffee with Matt's sister, Sarah, and asked how she was processing the loss. She told me that she was reading a book by Mel Glazer, a rabbi with a degree in grief therapy. I ordered the book, read it, and learned that we only learn about anything about ourselves by how we respond to loss. How do we recover from our losses? Not forget them, but recover from them. Sarah and I continued the conversation over the next couple of months and decided that the best way to recover was to organize a memorial bike ride. We would invite Matt's family and friends, his fellow students and faculty to come together and bike from our campus in downtown Milwaukee up to a park where there's a beer garden. We would share some food and beverages, get to know each other, and then collectively share our memories of Matt. And that's what we have done. On the first Saturday of the school year, we ride our bikes up the Oak Leaf Trail through downtown Milwaukee to Esterbrook Park. Once there, we eat food and drink beer and share stories about Matt, how Matt transformed us. It's been a learning experience figuring out how to create and implement a cycling event. But the real learning has been the result of the stories people share about Matt. Each year, Matt's family and friends talk about his wry humor, the times they went on road trips out west, how much Matt loved his cat, I only knew Matt as a student. Hearing these stories has made him all the more real. The bike ride also acts as a fundraiser. All proceeds go toward a scholarship in Matt's name. We recognize a student who has Matt's qualities: non-traditional, hardworking, impactful inside and outside of the classroom. Students write essays when applying for the scholarship, and Matt's family reads through the applications and selects the recipient. Then we invite the scholarship recipient to participate in the bike ride. It helps build yet another bridge between who Matt was and who we are. It serves as another way we can continue Matt's legacy. We work with the development office so they can broadcast the event to our alumni. We work with marketing so the event has a presence on the university website. We invite our administrators to participate so they can have an understanding of Matt's impact. Last September, I watched Dr. Walls, our school's president, ride with his wife on a tandem bike to the beer garden. It was good to see our school's president participating in the ride, but what mattered most to me is that Dr. Walls met Matt's mom and dad, his sister and brother, his friends. He listened to them talk about Matt. To watch our school's president listen to and talk with Matt's community, it is what brings Dr. Walls into the community. Yes, stories are told about Matt, but to really learn about who he is, you need to spend time with those who knew him. That's the beauty of fostering community. It's if the event is interactive, if it's designed to let participants give its shape and meaning, then you don't really need to know what they will bring to the event until it happens. I kept thinking about worst case scenarios in the planning stage. What happens if someone falls off their bike? What if someone takes a wrong turn and goes past the beer garden? What if an undergrad uses a fake ID and orders a liter of beer? But those scenarios dissipate as we continue to run the event, because I keep learning that the real worst case scenario is to not have an event at all. Giving Matt's community the opportunity to participate, to exercise voice, resulted in an opportunity to listen and learn. Every year, we learn more about Matt, and we'll continue to learn about Matt as long as we invite everyone to participate. It's our community, the people, that makes it a valuable event. It's not the stories so much as the storytellers. It's not the scholarship so much as the scholarship recipients. In the face of tragedy, we celebrate and we heal each other's hearts, hearts that need healing because Matt had such a big heart. If I have a regret in life, it's that I never went on a bike ride with Matt. The best way to address that regret is to bike with his family and friends while biking with my colleagues and students. All these communities coming together, connecting.